I am Mr. Malinga, MA. I am here to introduce the topic which says magnitude of challenges and opportunities for research community in adapting methodologies in the post-pandemic. This is under professional development as a researcher. Now, in a way of introducing this topic, we all know that the COVID-19 reshaped academic research from a face-to-face or the traditional methods to a digital mode and the remote approaches. Now, the researchers had to quickly adapt to these virtual platforms for a global collaboration by making use of the online surveys, hybrid models, which overcomes challenges like the limited access, the technology barriers, and the emotional distress. Now, this digital or the technological tools which are being used to conduct research makes the scholars to collaborate internationally, continentally, so that they can share different methods and the approaches, as well as the better methods of improving the academic research. Now I'm going to introduce the next speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Malinga.
I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Malinga. Guys, how are you doing? My name is Solo. I'll be tackling the chapter of problem statement and research questions. So, as we know that COVID-19 had a significant change within the resulting to adapting to online platforms while also causing a disruption to field-based research. Now, how did COVID-19 had a major impact in academic research? So due to adaptation, certain schools and certain academic institutions had to find a way that they will be able to accommodate students. They will had to find a way to use technology as a resourceful method to be able to adjust to the matter of them contributing to the academic system. Now, there were major challenges, as we know, such as funding. There was limited funding because of COVID-19 was something that the government didn't prepare itself. So for researchers, they struggled to get proper funding, hence they couldn't tackle as much as they wanted to when it came to academic research. Now, how did digital tools support post-pandemic adaptation? Now, digital tools, as far as COVID is concerned, there were many digital tools that were used to combat COVID and research. So researchers found systems that can accommodate them to be able to adapt to the system of COVID research so that people don't struggle within the system of COVID-19. So for now, I will give another speaker to be able to share their point of view when we speak about this topic. Over to you, next speaker.
Thank you. We're moving on to the aim and objectives of the study. So what basically we wanted to find out was to investigate the impact of COVID-19 on the research community along with its methodologies. So how did we do this? We did this by quantifying both the opportunities and challenges that were experienced during the pandemic, and we have done that through surveys. We also tried to get hands-on knowledge from lived experiences and perceptions of the impact of the pandemic through interviews from those that were affected by the pandemic. And lastly, we aim to analyze the impact of methodological change on data quality, authenticity, and accessibility. Thank you. I'm handing over to the next speaker.
Thank you. Speaking here is Mr. Mashamba, and I'll be discussing the methodologies that we employ thereof when we are collecting data, the techniques of collecting data. This included a combination of qualitative and quantitative data, where we conducted interview questionnaires through Google Forms and open-ended questionnaires and surveys from tools such as SurveyMonkey And then through these surveys, we were able to investigate challenges faced in academic research during the COVID-19 pandemic. And then we also had the progress of academic research after the pandemic and how lecturers' assistant came to play a role to students during the pandemic. I'll hand over the presentation to the next speaker. Thank you. Can the next speaker come in?
Is a conclusion, guys?
Results and discussion. There's a speaker.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. I will tackle the results and discussion so that you can save the time. So, as we know that we use different systems to be able to analyze the data that we were looking for. So we use surveys, online surveys, to gather more information from students to teachers. And then we also did in-depth interviews to be able to gather the data. Now, some of the key findings that we had and the challenges that we found is that there were too many digital barriers due to poor connectivity, lack of resources, limited digital literacy, and then there was limited access constraint, difficulties in reaching participants close to research facilities, mental health strains, stress, isolation, and low motivation impacted research productivity, and then opportunities uncovered, technological innovations, widespread use of Zoom, Google Forms, and surveys, and then flexibility, broader participant reach, data collection, student growth, rise in self-directed learning and digital confidence. Post-pandemic, blended learning and hybrid methodologies now interacted into academic curricula. And then lastly, improved digital training and ethical research practices adopted. So those were the results and discussions that we found when we were conducting our surveys and our in-depth interview. So for now, we will go to our last section, and then this is the data that we provided. So for now, we would like to conclude this assessment. Over to you, last speaker.
Oh, thank you very much, my colleague. My name is Agnesi Suswana. To conclude, the COVID-19 pandemic served as both a disruption and catalyst for change in higher education, while it exposed deep inequalities, especially for students and marginalized communities. It's also accelerated the evolution of research methods and teaching models towards more flexible hybrid approaches. As we move forward, ensuring equity in access to education must remain a central goal. To achieve this, universities must continue to invest in robust digital infrastructure and staff training, laying the foundation for more inclusive and resilient academic future. Thank you.